was one scene that I felt like I was not it wasn't
Your
the
day.
best. It wasn't the day. It was taking forever. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm messing it up. Yung talagang yung para na akong kinakain ng anxiety ko na nagsasara na talaga yung utak ko. When we finally closed the sequence, I called my mom. The first thing I did was I went to the standby area. Tinawagan ko si mama. I was crying.
Wow.
I was crying and I was like, Mom, I'm so sorry. As in ganon. Like, I think I failed you. Ganyan.
Wow.
As in ganon na. Ganong
Mabigat
level.
yun, ha? Okay.
Ganong level.
Okay. Napaka-espesyal na episode ngayon sa Luis Listens. Bakit mga listeners, bakit special? Dahil hindi lang basta-basta ang guest natin. Hinanap natin ang ilan sa mga nepo babies. Isa tong nepo baby special on Luis Listens. We have Kaila Estrada in the house. Nepo baby.
My fellow nepo baby.
Ayan naman, magagalit na naman kayo ng nepo baby. Thank you very much for being here. Alam ko sobrang busy ka.
Thank you so much for having me. Actually, may group chat yung mga nepo babies.
Yes,
sa
may group
Facebook.
chat kami, may paluwagan kami. Eto, ina muna ko tatanungin. And we were talking about it bago magsimula eh. Hindi ka ba napapagod na inaano tayo na the nepo babies?
Actually, I just find it so funny. Na talagang natatawa na lang ako kasi true naman eh.
Oo, totoo naman. Alam, i-deny namin. Oo.
Totoo naman talaga. So, I just find it hilarious. And you know, whatever negative connotation is out there with being a nepo baby, that mo na lang.
Parang
Kasi,
ako lang ba o recently lang nagsimula yung whole nepo baby? Parang ako, based sa nababasa ko on social media, parang I only heard the term, etc.
Right.
Parang the past year, parang growing up, never ko naman narinig na there's a term for it talaga na labeling us as nepo babies.
yeah, I feel like it started from like, I guess, people seeing it in a lot of rising Hollywood stars. They're like, oh, they're nepo babies.
Children, daughter,
child
son,
of
ganito.
this or child of this. And then, until it trickled down to us.
Diba? Never ka napikon. Never ka napikon when you see it on social media.
Never naman ako napikon being called a nepo baby. I feel like it only hurts my feelings when they use it to discredit my hard work.
Yun yung sasabihin ko. Diba na, one thing, I guess you learned also in your household na in this industry, you have to put the work in.
Yeah,
Hindi to
for sure.
petiks-petiks lang, di ba?
Totoo.
What's one thing na advice na binigay ng magulang mo when it comes to showbiz?
Well, they've given me pretty general advice naman. Siyempre, be professional, be on time, prepare, like read your script and do the necessary preparations for your role, stuff like that. But then they always remind me to stay grounded and like choose your friends wisely, mga ganon, which I feel like is be careful who you trust, diba? I feel like that's very sound advice.
Do they comment on your shows pag may nakita kang acting ka? Gusto ko lang sabihin yung I was doing a teleserye a while back, Kampanerang Kuba. And my mom, being my mom, nepo baby nga, diba? Naalala ko, there's one, I did a crying scene. So I was proud kasi first ever crying scene ko. So pag uwi ko, alam ko na yun yung inere nung gabi, alam ko. So pag uwi ko, yabang ko, chest out pa, di ba? Siyempre, award-winning Vilma Santos.
Grabe yung pressure.
Pero kumbaga, ang dala ko, na good job ako. Pag akit ko, sabi ko, ma'am, nanood ka Kampanerang Kuba noong time na yon. Oh, panood ko yung eksena mo kanina. So yung pangit mong umiyak, no?
Oh my God! Grabe!
So ikaw, may ganun ba? Pero
si mama at si dad kasi very different sila. Different yung approach nila. Si mama mas matipid. She doesn't really like to comment or say much unless I ask her.
Yun. Do you ask?
I do ask, but minsan may mood ako na parang, you know what, I don't want to hear it. Yung ganun lang. Yung parang, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna pretend like that never happened. Yung ganun. And then sometimes curious din ako to see what she thinks or if she saw it, yung ganyan. So then I'll ask her and then she'll give me her review. Diba? Parang ganun may review. I'm gonna share with you one story na I did a teleserye called Linlang, which I was so nervous about. I was so grateful and excited for the project.
Intense kayo dun eh.
Yeah, but I was so nervous kasi was such a powerhouse casting. And I was also parang one of the youngest in the cast. And I had to play a much more mature na role.
Very
so,
mature role.
Oo, so parang I was like, oh my gosh, I don't even know if I can do this. Yung talagang, I was so riddled with self-doubt and anxiety, but I was also just so excited to do it. And then there was one scene that I felt like just, it wasn't
Your
the
day.
best. It wasn't the day. It wasn't, as in I was really, it was taking forever. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm messing it up. Yung talagang yung para na akong kinakain ng anxiety ko na nagsasara na talaga yung utak ko. Yung ganong feeling.
Ito ba yung parang minomotivate ka ng direktor tapos hindi mo nabibigyan ng tama? Or para sa'yo, it was just you?
It was just me.
Okay.
It was really just me. I feel like I was so intimidated by the scene and I was nervous and then para akong kinain ng kaba. When we finally closed the sequence, I called my mom. The first thing I did was I went to the standby area. Tinawagan ko si mama. I was crying.
Wow.
I was crying and I was like, Mom, I'm so sorry. As in ganon. Like, I think I failed you. Ganyan.
Wow.
As in ganon na. Ganong
Mabigat
level.
yun, ha? Okay.
Ganong level.
Okay.
OA lang talaga ako.
Mukha naman.
OA lang talaga ako.
Hindi
Pero
man lang
ganong
yung,
level.
hindi ko nabigay ng tama yung eksena. Hindi man lang ganun na,
Oo.
I failed you na.
I failed you na. As in
Ay,
ganong
patas
level.
nun,
Na
oo.
parang, oh my God, I messed it up.
Papalayasin
Ganyan,
niya
I'm
ako.
so sorry. Yung
Oo.
parang ganon. And she was really just like, okay, calm down. Alam mo yun, yung parang, kalma ka lang. Sabi niya, you know, it's normal, it happens, ganyan. You're not a robot.
Oh.
It happens, we all have bad days, ganyan, bumawi ka na lang. Tapos alam mo yun, parang, parang feeling ko, the world has ended. Alam mo yun?
Pero yun, binigay niya yung kahit pa to some degree, nabigyan niya kahit paano what you needed to hear.
What I needed to
Or
hear.
maybe a bit of what you wanted to hear.
Yeah, I feel like what's great about Mama kasi din is, she's a more tough love type of person. And I feel like that really made me such a strong person. Kasi hindi siya yung parang, no, it's okay, ganyan.
Baby,
Oo, hindi siya
yeah.
ganun eh. Hindi siya coddling type of person. So when I was going through that, even if parang I wanted that feeling, ang binigay niya sa akin was really just the truth. Like, okay, you may have messed up in this scene, but sabi niya, you have other scenes na you can do better.
Pwede bumawi.
Pwede kang bumawi. Ganyan talaga, it happens. You have to move on, move forward, just do better the next day.
Meron ba
Do
siyang
better
the
next
other
day.
side of the
Yeah.
coin? Meron ba siya yung, kunwari napanood niya, tapos sabihin niya, anak, medyo, yung on her own without you asking her, anak, medyo di ko gusto yung ginawa mo dito. Yung siya mag-initiate, may ganun ba?
Merong few times na ginanon niya ako na hindi niya masyado in-elaborate.
Okay.
Parang gaganon lang siya. Simple lang siya, casual.
Ah.
Panood ko yung yung eksena mo kagabi. for example, kakain kami. Parang, medyo, parang soft-spoken mo lang masyado dun sa eksena na yun. Naalala ko yun mismo yung sinabi niya. At tapos sabi ko, talaga? Sabi ko, parang ganun kasi yung character ko eh. Tapos gaganon lang siya, oo nga. Ganun lang siya yung...
Na-imagine ko si tita.
Diba? Ganun lang, sobrang casual lang niya sinasabi. Pero si mama kasi yun nga, very matipid siya. She doesn't really like to involve herself that much, which I feel like is nice also for me kasi I'm able to really just navigate this on my own.
Yeah.
It makes me feel good because I feel like she trusts me also in that way na kaya ko mag-isa.
Yeah. Kumbaga, may learnings pa rin,
may learning
but
pa
then
rin.
you can do your own thing.
Yeah.
You started fairly late, di ba,
Yeah.
sa showbiz. Was it a conscious effort para sa'yo? Or kumbaga, it was something na kumbaga nagkataon lang because you were doing other things. You were studying, etc.
My desire to try it out happened a lot later also. I didn't really want to be an artista or to even try until I was around 23. So, by that time, matagal na akong tapos ng college noon eh. So, it just happened that way. It wasn't like a conscious effort to finish school and then do it. I guess I just wanted to try it so much later on. Kasi I was really, really shy. And I still am, but like, I was so much more shy before. And also, I felt like I enjoyed having privacy and just doing other things. I was also modeling during that time, so I felt like that's pretty much what I wanted to do. And then eventually I decided na parang, why don't I give it a shot?
Okay.
Kasi parang sabi ko, yun nga, I don't wanna grow up looking back and thinking, oh, I should have at least tried. Oo, parang sayang. Ayoko rin magkaroon ng mga unanswered
what
na
if?
questions, what ifs. So I was like, you know what, if it's not for me and if it doesn't work out, then hop on to the next like passion or try something else.
Kung sakasakali man na hindi mo tinuloy yung showbiz, tapos let's say you're modeling, etc. Yung ano kaya ang ginagawa mo ngayon na kumbaga away from the industry? Did you see yourself doing something else na?
Yeah, I feel like I would have studied again. I probably would have studied abroad.
With the goal na maging entrepreneur or parang a
No,
doctor?
I actually wanted to become a pastry chef, and I felt like I was leaning towards that already. Yung early 20s ko when I was trying to figure out yung kung ano yung next step ko sa buhay. Kasi di ba we all have that moment where we're like, okay, so ano pa kaya yung gusto kong gawin? Di ba? Yung parang, so ano na yung next for me? I was deciding on whether I wanted to try becoming an actress or do I want to study again? I feel like that's where I was at.
When you told your parents na, oh eto, susubukan ko na.
Yeah.
Never nila sinabi na kahit, uy, try mo lang when you were younger. Never.
No,
Same.
never.
So when you finally told them na, Mom, Dad, gusto ko lang subukan. Let's give it a shot. Ano sabi nila?
Ito yung nakakatawa. So when I decided that I wanted to give it a shot, I actually didn't tell them.
Oh, wow.
I didn't tell them.
Nanonood sila TV, kamukha ng anak ko yun ah. Anak ko yun ah.
Ayun na nga. So, nung una, hindi ko sinabi sa kanila. Kasi, syempre, natural naman sa parents natin that they want to help us the best way that they can. Diba?
Nepo baby!
Nepo baby, diba? So, I didn't want them to have to lift a finger for me, or I didn't want it to even like enter their minds. Parang, paano ko kaya siya pwedeng tulungan? Yung ganun. It's natural as a parent for you to feel that way, diba? So, I just felt like, sige, tago ko na lang muna to. Tago ko na lang muna. And then we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Tapos, so I was part of a modeling agency back then. I'm still with them, Mercator. And then I called my manager and I was like, sama mo naman ako sa
showbiz,
sa listahan ng magka-casting sa Star Magic. Ah, talaga? Ganyan. Ba't di mo sabihin sa parents mo? Ganyan. Wag na, ikaw. Ikaw na lang muna. Sabi ko, paano yun? Baka mapagalitan ako. Gumagano na siya sa akin. Kasi sabi ko, hindi. Huwag kang mag-alala. Okay lang yan. Ganyan, try na. So finally, I got my schedule, the date of my casting schedule. And then it dawned on me na parang, oh my God, baka mamaya biglang sabihin ng mga taga-Star Magic na nandun ako.
Of course, sa liit ng mundo natin.
Tapos magalit sila sa akin kasi hindi ko sinabi. So sabi ko, oh my God, I have to tell them. So nagmadali ako sabihin kasi parang the next day na yung casting ko. So what I did was I just saw my dad by chance. And then I was like, Dad, by the way, tomorrow I have a casting for Star Magic. He was like, what? Tapos si Mama naman pag-uwi ko, Ma, by the way, bukas pupunta ako sa ABS, may casting ako sa Star Magic. Ano?
Mali, ang pinaka-nakakatawa doon is pag kunwari, hindi mo pa rin sinabi, nakuha mo yung show, tapos si Janice, kapangalan ng anak ko itong makakatrabaho ko ha, kapangalan ng anak ko, ang cute naman. Pagdating, ikaw. Di ba? So was there anything, syempre you see it from a daughter standpoint, as a viewer standpoint, was there anything that surprised you, both good or bad, nung nagkataon na when you were already in the industry?
I knew it was gonna be challenging, and never ko naman naisip na what my parents do, it's so easy. Never ko naman siya naisip na ganon. But when I started taping, when I started working, that's when I realized ang hirap nito. Like, it's not an easy job. It's really not an easy job. The hours, the
emotional toll.
Emotional, physical, mental.
May drain yan eh.
Yeah, it can be draining and exhausting. And it's really no joke. Kaya talagang hanga ako sa mga artistas na talagang sunod-sunod yung ginagawa. Yung talagang every
na
day.
Mabibigat pa.
Na mabibigat. And then also like my mom and then my dad na raising us at the same time doing this.
Oo nga.
Sabi ko, that's, especially my mom because I lived with my mom for most of my life. So, and I realized before pati, I have it better now kasi I feel like the hours now mas maayos.
Yeah.
But before, my mom would work the whole day up till early morning the next day, take a shower and go back. Yung ganon.
Ganon
And
lang.
then ganon,
Kiss
ganon.
you guys
yeah,
lang.
kiss us and then go back. And then the next time we see her, we'd have to visit her on set na kasi tuloy-tuloy lang siya eh. So dun ako nagulat na sabi ko, grabe, hindi talaga biro. It's really difficult. It's really exhausting. And at the same time, she was being a mom to all of us. And dami namin. So parang mas na-appreciate ko siya. Parang it grew. Yung appreciation ko for her grew so much. Kasi sabi ko, I can't even imagine taking care of a dog at this point. I can't even imagine having a pet right now. No.
Hindi, kasi gusto ko lang i-share din to na I guess you completely relate. Na ang nakikita kasi most of the time ng mga tao are the finished products.
Yeah.
Yun lang yun. Na you see the glitz, the glamour, na the kasikatan, if you will. Pero there's so much work that goes on, di ba, to give you these quality shows. At palagi ko nga sinasabi, kung pagod ang artista, times 10 ang pagod ng production, ng crew, ng engineering, lahat-lahat. So it takes more than a village, di ba, for people to produce a really beautiful show para sa ng kapamilya natin lahat. And I guess one thing is sobrang na-appreciate ka rin ng mga audience because you're fairly new sa industriya. People were raving about your portrayals. Anong pakiramdam nung una mong nakukuha? Kasi nung una, aminin mo na natin, kumbaga iniisip mo lang muna, okay, I'm doing what I want, I'm getting paid. Di ba? Yun naman na yun eh, 1 + 1 = 2. But when they were talagang praising na your acting and they were talking about like what you really have to offer in the industry, anong pakiramdam?
I was honestly so emotional and I was so overwhelmed. Lagi ko sinasabi na I'm really just so grateful na ganun yung naging response. Kasi parang na-validate ako and yung hard work ko, syempre na it's what inspires me to continue doing what I love to do is because there are people that really appreciate it, you know? So I feel like it makes it so fulfilling for me. And parang na-validate din na tama yung choices ko in life.
Totoo naman.
Tama yung decision ko. So I'm super happy.
Pinag-uusapan natin yung roles mo kasi they're quite a bit intense, di ba?
Yeah.
Ano mo, how do you prepare for an intense scene? May tao na hindi mo nakakausap ng ibang artist, may tao naman na nag-iPad or iPod or iPhone, kung ano man. Ikaw, how do you prepare for a very intense scene?
For me, it depends. I think that isolating yourself helps a lot. Parang to like sort of, you know, keep yourself in focus. I feel like that helps.
Get the emotions ready.
Yeah, get it ready. But I like to go into like the emotional journey of the character and see how I can relate to that. If I find that parang commonality, that common ground, then it's a lot easier for me to sort of do the scenes because even for me, it feels so real.
Do you have a favorite scene in mind na kumbaga, yun yung ano mo, yung parang, wow, nagawa ko yung eksenang yun. I want to give myself a pat on the back. May ganun ka ba?
Siguro yung, it's not because it's my favorite, it's because it was my first. Pag first mo kasi, you'll never forget it, right? So, the first teleserye I was ever on, it was called Viral Scandal.
Yes.
With Charlie Dizon, Joshua Garcia, Dimples Romana, Maxine Magalona, and So, I had this really emotional scene na eventually parang nagsabunutan kami ni Charlie sa scene na yun. And first, really, really big scene ko yun. Hindi siya first like crying scene, but it was, I had to storm into the office, yell at everybody.
Sa intense.
Ganun ka-intense. Tapos ang haba ng dialogue na talagang lock-in taping yun. So, I was anxious like for 3 days. Just thinking about yung eksena na yun. Talagang humihingi na ako ng advice kay Ate Dimples, kay Charlie, na paano ba to? Ganyan. Stress na ako. Kasi nga first time ako gagawa ng ganun kalaking eksena. Na sobrang high emotion pa. And then when I finally did it, I just felt like yung relief.
I could imagine.
Na parang, oh my God, I can't believe that I did that. You know,
no, pero
I really did that.
Kasi, you know, at a young age, di ba sabi mo, you're fairly new, di ba, in the industry. Para ipagkatiwala sa'yo, yung ganong ka-intense na eksena, it means not just the director, pero the whole show, they see the diamond in you. na kaya mong ibigay kung ano yung hinihingi ng script ng director. And not everyone, di ba, can do that.
Sobrang grateful ako sa not just the support from the people that watched the projects that I've been in, or the support from the audience, but also the support from the prod and the cast, na the directors. Pinagkatiwala nila sa akin yung ganung role and ganung mga eksena kahit na bago pa lang ako. So, yeah, I don't think I would be here if it wasn't because they believed in me.
O, sundutan ko yun. Nasabon ka na ba ng director? Napagalitan ka na ba?
Fortunately, hindi pa.
Hindi pa?
Hindi pa. Pero, syempre, yung mga frustrations na, when ako, hirap pa rin ako ngayon sa blocking
naman.
Honestly, sa blocking.
Hindi ka hirap sa emosyon, pero hirap ka sa blocking.
Sa blocking ako
bihirang bata to.
Nahihirapan kasi syempre yung palakad-lakad ka, diba? And then you're thinking about everything else you have to do. Sometimes I miss my marker. So kahit ako na-frustrate ako sa sarili ko. So yung mga ganun, parang na-frustrate lang sila. But that I understand. Kasi kahit ako na-frustrate ako sa sarili ko, I keep missing the camera. Yung mga ganun.
Tapos ngayon, makakasama mo pa Josh Leah.
Yes!
Ano yung Unhappy for You?
Unhappy for You.
Okay, so how was it naman doing Unhappy for You?
I'm so happy din na part ako ng project na yun kasi it's actually my first time to be part of a Star Cinema film. So I was so excited for that. Yung role ko dito, without giving it away, is business partner ako ni Josh.
Okay.
At the same time, best friends kami. So,
Sige.
yeah.
Okay, magbibigyan ng mga pangalan ng mga kaibigan mo, nakatrabaho mo na actually. At give me one word na lang to describe them.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
eto. Una-una, syempre, speaking of din lang, Kim Chu.
Bubbly.
Bubbly.
Yeah, she has such a bubbly personality, and yung happiness niya, yung excitement niya every day sa set, nakakahawa. Nakakahawa yung energy.
Then, tsaka parang hindi mo naiisip na lumalabas pa rin yung pagiging bubbly ni Kim sa linlang kasi ang bigat ng show di ba?
Yeah.
So pagka-cut, tumatawa-tawa na si Kim.
Talaga.
So di ko ma-imagine. Bel Mariano, Can't Buy. Cute.
Yeah, she's so cute. She's so adorable. Kasi feeling ko na naging close kami ni Belle, parang ateng-ate niya talaga ako. Parang ganun yung relationship namin eh. So yeah, she's so sweet and she's so adorable. I just find her so charming. So.
JM De Guzman.
Galing. I mean, I feel like with Lin Lang, I was really just reacting to what JM was giving me. He's so generous and sobrang husay niyang actor.
Actually, ang sarap ng ganun. I mean, I'm not an award-winning actor,
Yeah.
pero ang sarap pag yung same wavelength kayo,
Yeah.
nagsusuportahan kayo sa eksena, at
Yeah.
lahat-lahat. Na kahit na yung shot mo, yung binibigay ko pa rin, di ba?
Yeah.
Same intensity, nakakatawa.
Donnie generous. Yeah, Donnie's really generous. Though sa Can't Buy Me Love kasi, di kami madalas magka-eksena. But he would always make an effort to sort of show his appreciation to all of us as a cast and even sa prod. So,
Okay. Maurice,
funny. She's hilarious. Has she been on the show?
Yes. Dumalaw ako sa set niya
cameo
noon.
ka sa amin.
Dumalaw ako sa set yung interview ko, plus nag-cameo ako.
Yeah, sabi ko nga sayang wala ako nung nag-cameo ka.
I don't want to take any credit. Pero nung pagkatapos ba nung cameo ko, naging usap-usapan ba within, the cast, the prod, na cargo ko yung show? Kasi
actually, sinabi nga namin na parang mali yun. Parang mali yung ganun lang ka-exe. Kasi
I
that's
agree.
all
I
everyone
agree.
talks about now was your cameo. Sabi ko nga, parang mali.
Parang di na nga kayo nakilala.
Oo
Ang
nga eh.
usap-usapan na nga din, narinig ko, is yung, paano ko ba sabihin to, confidential kasi to. Ang Netflix, gagawa ng spin-off ng karakter ko.
Netflix, sana naman kasama ko din ako dun.
Kung ano yung pinanggalingan ng waiter, paano ako naging waiter, ano yung buhay ko bago maging waiter.
Tsaka ano yung intention nung waiter na yun kay Snoreen.
Kung paano yung pag-serve ko. Yan.
Bakit siya nandun?
Well, I just do what I need to do. Joshua.
Charming. Si Joshua's very charming. Twice ko na siya naka-work. So once in Viral Scandal and then dito sa Unhappy for You. Yeah, other than the fact na napakahusay din ni Josh na artista, he's also very charming. Talagang, he makes everybody feel so good.
Yeah.
So,
Nice
sa
guy.
trabaho.
He's a very nice guy.
Talaga.
Miss Agot Isidro.
Cool!
Oo.
She's the coolest.
Nakatrabaho ka rin yan, si
I
Miss
love
A.
Mom. She's so cool.
Oo.
We call her Mom up to now.
Si Miss A, nakatrabaho ka rin yan. Hi, Miss A. Miss Rufa.
Oh my God, I already said the word funny. Pero funny din. Funny din si Tita Rufa.
Rufa's in a class of her own.
Yeah, she's really the life of the party. Like, we love like on set, it's extra, like 10 times more fun when Tita Rufa's around.
Si Enzo Pineda.
Enzo, gentleman.
Gentleman.
Yeah.
Tita Maria. Maricel.
Super sweet. Si Inay was like my work mom during Linlangas, and she was super sweet. Sobrang maalaga. Even up to now, we still keep in contact. So yeah, I love her. She's
Is
the
there
sweetest.
anything else you want to achieve? Or role muna, do you have a dream role in mind?
Dream role ko is to be in an action film or like an action genre. Yun talaga. That's my ultimate dream. I feel like I have two now though. Horror or action. So something around like the psycho thriller genre and action.
No, I'm sure with your talent, pag narinig to
thank
ng ABS, Star Cinema, whatever outfit, they'll be more than willing to give you that project because kaya kang
Thank you
pagkatiwala
so
talaga sa kahit
much.
anong role. And I really enjoyed this conversation.
Yeah, me too.
Parang there's so much to learn. I appreciate na at a very... Nag-uusap pa kami kasi before we
Yeah.
started. There's so much to you na
Thank you.
the people should even get to know you even more. But you're already on such a good start sa industriya na your talent, what you have to offer, and basically your kindness.
Oh, thank you.
Everything na kumbaga na kailangan mo to reach, go all the way to the top and more, you already have it.
Thank you so much.
Nepo, thank you very much. I hope you
Nepo!
enjoyed. So, pasalamat sa lahat ng mga nanonood sa'yo,
Yeah.
lahat ng mga tagahanga mo.
Hello everybody, thank you so much for watching this video and also for your endless support. Lagi kong nililook forward yung mga comments and feedback and stories nyo. And I also am looking forward to meeting all of you soon. And thank you so much for all of your support and everything that I do. So, yun lang.
Hey, tell your parents I said hello.
Yes, Mom.
Napakatito nun, no? Napakatito nun.
Oo nga.
Oo. Thank you very much, fellow
Thank
Nepo.
you.
God bless you.
Thank you so much.
At maraming salamat sa lahat ng mga nanood. Like, share, subscribe, whatever you want to do. And God bless you. See you soon.